You know where we're going. We're going directly back to Alice. We need to talk to Rick, whatever, Ryan, whatever his name is. Let's recap what has happened so far. So this girl was murdered. Her name is Kate. She got murdered Friday night. There are currently Rebecca at the bar, James, who's in weird mysticism shit, and then we have the couple, Simon and Emma. They all know each other. Kind of, more or less. They're in a tiny town. And Kate was murdered, and we have to solve it. Holy shit, I've made bad decisions. Let's just go to the Atlas building and continue the story. Also, Emma had an affair, was having, we're not sure when that ended, with Ryan, who we're gonna try to talk to right now. Hopefully he's here. Jesus. Oh!
Yes.
Don't mind if I let myself in.
An investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions. Is that all right?
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
I like the hat. He's really going for it. Oh, you're fucked, Ryan.
Drink, Inspector.
Yes, please. No, just kidding. You already have one, though. That's great.
So you wanted to speak to me?
I believe that Kate Vine was a student at Atlas.
Oh, that look tells me a lot.
Kate Vine? Well, yes, she was. All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Right.
Well,
that's weird that you would just bring that up.
I believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really? Well, then, in that case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
That's good, because, yeah, we need to talk about your affair with Emma. Sorry, Emma. Let's just talk about that.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday.
You were at the pub last Friday.
You came straight back with some of the students. Is that right?
Oh, you like to drink
yes,
with your
I like
students?
to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
Right.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate.
Oh, Kate.
Well,
Kate. She was her usual self, drunk.
So she drank a lot.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair her ability, though. She was a very bright star. Lots
right,
of potential,
just a drunk.
Very enthusiastic.
So she seemed to be enjoying the
enthusiastic in all
course.
areas.
As far as anybody could tell, yes.
When did you first meet her?
When she joined about 3 months ago.
And you hadn't met her before then?
Never.
No.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well,
wrong with what?
do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself?
This guy
Of course
knows
I
what
didn't
comedy
expect
is.
her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
I need to stop drinking that. So you last saw Kate at an Atlas meeting. She was drunk. First met Kate 3 months ago. She enjoyed the course and appeared happy. Didn't suspect that she had any emotional problems. Let's talk about this.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
I don't... Yeah, that... Okay. Just in my radar of truth, that ping's not at all true. 0%. What about the bicycle?
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but
What?
I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I think you might be mistaken. Thinks Simon also drives, but isn't sure. Why would he say that? That's interesting. Tell me about his homebrew.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
Right, you only drink the high shelf stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. How about the broken... Yeah, the freedom... Yeah.
Know what this is?
Do you?
Yes. It's a freedom necklace.
You're very... okay.
It's a symbol that we use on the course. It's supposed to represent freedom from the chains of your ancestry.
Have you ever bought one of these?
I haven't, but I've seen the students wearing them.
Specifically, I bet you saw Kate, huh? And Emma. On account of your having an affair with her. Oh, sorry. Did I just drop that? You fucking sack of shit. Come clean.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Oh, Rebecca told me about it. I don't know how it got smashed, though.
She does.
I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very health and safety conscious these days.
Right, which is why you always wear a condom when you have an affair with that girl, right? Both of them. Sorry, did that come out of nowhere?
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
What time?
I believe it
Oh, there are a
wasn't
lot
long
of
after the pub
arguments.
opened.
No. I usually leave for the manor house about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
Right, you look like someone who likes to get a head start. Fucking drunk. Tell me about this weird scrying
Have
mirror.
you seen one of these before?
Yeah.
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before?
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Oh, they're silly, huh?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Yeah, Harry Potter?
Well,
Azkaban?
books on black magic,
Lord of the Rings?
not the chocolates.
You're not funny.
Witchcraft, satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
Okay, Darwin. Okay, Darwin. Used to have one. Used to read about black magic. Doesn't believe in anything supernatural now. Okay. What about the mask?
Can you tell
Ta-da!
me about this?
Yeah, he was gonna put it on. I knew he
Haven't
was.
seen that for a while. I had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
So sorry.
What does the symbol mean?
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon.
Sure.
It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times.
And is that relevant to the course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we've dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
Oh, really? That's interesting because I have heard completely differently. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me about this.
Tell me about this.
Yeah.
It's the first one we ever had made. We had it designed by an agency after we'd spent weeks trying to find a name for this place.
Don't you think he's tired of, like,
Don't be like
elbowing?
that, Inspector. I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest. I plucked it out of thin air one night in the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
Oh, you're so evil. Okay, you sack of shit. Let's get serious. Knows about the window, but not how it got broken. Told Rebecca to tape over it. Someone is gonna know about this fucking tape.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Okay. I don't want to spend too much time here because I think that because we have a new hour, that we may have new clues. So let's explore from the start. Anything different happening here? No. Still the same two people. What about the woods? And if we go right? Uh-oh. Who the fuck are you getting drunk off whiskey at the... Well,
Private Eye?
Yeah, actually.
No, I'm a police inspector.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
That student, then. They did one last year, too. Same place.
What?
Did what?
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house.
Why are you sitting in the dirt?
Bunch of nut jobs.
What are you doing? It's 7 p.m.
Hey, what was the student's name?
Liam... something? Or sod?
Why are you just sitting out here drinking whiskey sitting in the dirt? Why do you have a whole...
reputation precedes them. I think I might call the station. Find out a bit more about this Liam. Mike, it's Jenks.
Oh, Jenks, I thought you clocked off tonight.
Yeah, the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Right. bloody mind, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
I wish it was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Yes, I have.
Remember it. Hang on, let's have a look. Eaton Village. Yeah, Liam Rogers. Says suicide last year.
Suicide?
Hang on, 2 suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton. Blimey, you've got your work cut out, Jinxie.
Thanks, Mike.
Don't I know it?
Right, well, good luck with that. See you Monday.
Thanks, Mike.
So we went back to call him, but let's go check the few other locations that we haven't been to yet on this hour. Uh-oh. Hey, what are you doing? Are you graffitiing? You're under arrest.
Public property, please.
What's it to you?
I'm a police officer.
I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
Shoot him.
It means that you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Shoot
or
him.
what? Or you arrest me?
Yes.
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money?
Wow, you're kind
what
of a
happens if you do
jackass.
something that I don't like? You're going to give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Could you just go?
I could shoot you right now with the gun that I have in my man purse.
Pathetic.
You're kind of a dickhead. What did he carve into it? Rock on. Sure. Great. Well done. I mean, look, the craftsmanship...
What a prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree?
Why
Well, he's
is
a
that-
diehard rock fan, or there's more to that symbol than meets the eye.
No, I think he's just a dickhead. Yeah, I think he's just a dickhead.
A few more
Hey,
questions, if
yeah,
you
it's
don't
me
mind.
again. So, well, yeah, what do you know about Liam? Tell me about that.
What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed... Very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know
No.
him?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub.
Right,
Seemed
the pub.
very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. He can't have been, can he?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a hilarious joke that you just made. You met him in the pub, seemed happy, had heard about it. Okay, what about this?
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
I don't know, is
This
it?
is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean, exactly.
Wait, but you... No, hold on. Hold on. Okay, but you don't... Excuse me? Recognize the fingers as a devil sign, but you don't know how the symbol could be used? Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna be fucking back.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Don't fucking leave town. I need to go to talk to the fucking these two. Let's talk to Emma first. Hey, Emma, it's me
A
again.
few more questions, if you don't mind.
Who's Liam?
What do you know about a student called Liam?
Were you having
Who
an
did
affair with
suicide
him
last year?
too?
Only that I didn't know him really well.
All right, but you have a history of lying. So,
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
No. Why?
It's okay. Thanks.
all right, you don't seem to be lying immediately. I need to... Wait, why can't I switch over to
Be
Simon?
back
Where's
later on,
Simon?
if that's okay.
Where the fuck is Simon? Simon leave?
There you go.
Wait, why couldn't I just... Yeah, nice apron, though. You cooking? Could I stay for dinner? What's... What,
Smells
uh-oh.
nice. What is that?
Chili pork.
I had no idea you were a cook.
Oh no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much.
But
used
you're
to
making...
grow my own herbs and everything. Not here.
Wait, why would you...
No, at the farmhouse where I used to live.
Did you used to
What was
live
that?
with James?
That's where James lives. Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner of his greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
But it's just through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
That's weird.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam.
Look at
Liam.
that. Took his life.
Oh, that Liam. Yeah, I heard about him.
You didn't know him.
No, I know he went to college, but didn't really know him. It's sad, though.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Nico,
did you see doing that?
Sorry.
Someone in the woods carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle.
Oh, you know
He's
him.
a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village? The 3 fingers thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. The 3 freedoms.
The what?
The 3 freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase. Free to be free. Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
But the other guy...
There's fear of failure, guilt, and a doubting, a self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives.
Right, just murder people without being
looking
guilty.
forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Is this guy the bad
Right.
guy in every single one of their games?
Free to be free. Not the most original slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes.
So he said that it's actually critical to the course, but we talked to Ryan and he said it's not part of the course at all, right? Obviously, there's a problem there.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Let's talk about Liam first.
What do you know about Liam?
Yeah,
You
Liam.
mean Liam who took his life?
That one.
He used to play in a band, Black Rock or something? No, Black Stone. Very gothic.
Uh-huh.
I used to let them play in here sometimes at the weekends. They were quite good.
Did you know there was anything wrong? I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
Didn't know him very well. Got it. You got it. Okay. What about the hand carving?
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Why is it meant to mean something?
No, it's okay.
Why is it that she doesn't recognize it, Ryan doesn't recognize it, but Simon does?
Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what it means?
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong...
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
Uh-huh. Right. People can be hung up on guilt. But you're strict about bar and... No, that's not... Okay.
Thank you.
I need to go
Probably be
talk
back
to
later.
James. I will definitely be back. But is there anyone in the restaurant? No. I need to go to the farm. James, you're up.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Who's Liam?
Did you know Liam?
Liam who?
The one
Liam
who killed himself.
Died.
You mean Liam who killed himself?
That one.
Yeah.
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Plant science. First time I knew about Liam was when he killed himself.
Okay, but she...
Right, so you didn't meet him?
Ever. Ever. You heard about him, but you knew he... Okay, but did you hear about him? You never met him. Okay, that's fine.
If I did that,
Yeah.
would it mean anything to you?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Never seen anyone. What about that?
Ever hear the phrase free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter.
You are the least useful person I have ever met in this entire game. I need to go back now and talk to Ryan because we got something new. Enter the building. It takes so long to get into this building and talk to him. We gotta talk to him about the symbol. It's me again.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
This, yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about the phrase
free to be free? Right.
Free to be free, my favorite motto.
Right, but you don't use that symbol at all.
We teach our students that people, well, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt. Evils of excess, we call them.
Right, like drink.
We tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realize their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I have a background in psychology.
But you've never seen that symbol.
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking.
I actually do that same thing where I tap my head all the time. I'm a moron.
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase. Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man.
You have the
Dad
exact
suffers
same
from
amount of
a lack of imagination.
whiskey in that glass as you did earlier. You're just not drinking it. You don't know how the fingers could be used, but you invented the phrase. Come on. You invented this phrase, but you don't know how it could be used. Oh boy. You think it's a devil sign, but it's about you. Come on. What does our tip say? Did Simon say there was another greenhouse? You also haven't asked Emma. Oh, we haven't talked to Emma? How have I not talked to Emma about the freedom to be free phrase? Did I just leave early? That tip is actually very useful. I somehow missed this.
Do you know the phrase free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing.
But you only went to one meeting
I
ever.
first heard it when I went with Simon.
Right, the
what
one
did they
time.
say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No. No, I think you should feel guilty if
So
you
do you feel
wrong.
guilty about having an affair with
Simon
Ryan?
Think?
I don't know, but I don't think he agreed with that either.
You heard the phrase when she attended. The phrase is about not feeling guilty. You doubt Simon agrees with it either.
Thank you.
Okay.
Probably be back later.
So there's apparently another farmhouse. I didn't even realize there was another farmhouse. Is there something else here that I missed? Back behind this?
Simon mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
Go further up. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Oh, there might be something in here. Mint. That's mint.
I wonder if James knows this is here. Don't know what it is, but be interesting to see what he says about it.
Right, you're just spelunking around his greenhouse. What did we just pick up? Packet of dried leaves. A packet of suspicious-looking leaves. Is that fucking weed? I mean, it just says suspicious leaves. If he's an inspector, he'd probably be able to identify weed right away. Is this somehow the key herb in morphine? It's definitely drugs. James, you and I have something to discuss.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
So I like how when you go to the tip, it just tells you that you haven't explored a couple of areas because it doesn't solve the game for you. It feels like, hey, I think you just missed this and you don't realize it, which I think is great. Yeah, let's talk about this.
Could you tell me
What
what
is
these
this?
are, please?
Oregano?
I found them in the greenhouse.
Be snooping around on the farm.
I
haven't we?
have.
It's called investigating, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just mint. Mint leaves. For cooking.
Or making mint
Yeah,
juleps.
I heard you were a bit of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit. Won a few competitions.
Oh,
Very
okay.
impressive. So you normally just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
Must have dropped it. That, I don't feel like has helped me at all. Packet contains mint leaves. He won some cooking competitions.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Do I need to talk to other people about this packet of weird mint leaves now? Can we talk to Rebecca about the mint? Ding!
A few more questions, please.
Rebecca, do you know what the fuck this is?
Do you know what these are?
Yeah.
Magic mint.
Hmm?
Where did you find this?
What is magic mint?
Salvia divinorum.
Oh,
I
shit!
grew it years ago. It makes you trip.
In what way?
It's a hallucinogenic.
Salvia is
and
crazy
legal.
intense.
Quite a dangerous combination, really.
Not that I know that.
Me? No. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
Pure, right. All right.
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claims not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
Used to grow salvia. Doesn't take any drugs or medicine. It's known as magic mint.
I'll ask you a couple more things, please.
Let's talk about this.
You know what these are, by any chance?
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm.
Did Simon used to live on the farm with Rebecca? Thinks Rebecca would know about them. She does.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's
But
drug,
you don't
isn't
know
it?
what...
Yeah. Hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No, I've never taken any illegal substances.
Uh-huh. I believe that about, not at all. Doesn't know anything about plants, but you know that that's a hallucinogenic drug? That's fine.
Know what these are?
No.
You know exactly what that is.
Look a bit like sage leaves.
Oh, you're a
before,
cook.
though.
Not at all, no.
But you're a cook. No. I don't know that I believe that at all. Uh-huh. Okay.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Salvia divinorum.
Magic mint. Same thing.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, ever tried it?
Well, once or twice, yeah. But it's not really my sort of thing. It messes with your brain. I've never tried any other drugs either. Nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Uh-huh. You've tried salvia, but you've never tried any other hallucinogenic drugs. Leaves could be sage. Hasn't seen them before. You've tried salvia a few times, but you've never seen these. It's fair. It may not have been in a bag. I mean, like, I recognized the plant that was sitting there that was mint, right? If you were a regular cook, you would know what mint is. Like, you've seen mint before.
Do you know what this is?
Looks like chopped tea bags to me. What is it?
You're hilarious.
You might know.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What you should do is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Yeah, you're hilarious. You don't know anything about plants.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant. A legal one. At least for the moment.
For the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that may sound.
Do you know any students who may have used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides, no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever brought drugs to Atlas.
Do you have any medicines on site at all?
Morphine?
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
So you say that you don't allow drugs or alcohol, but Kate obviously was drunk at the meeting. How much does James really know? We haven't asked James. Oh, shit. See, it's good that it keeps reminding us because I felt like we had asked James about every single one of these. Did we just not stop back in? Or did we get more information? Shit, either way.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Apparently we hadn't asked him. Okay.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
What's that? Skin cream?
It's not
You
a skin
stupid
cream, no.
fuck.
It's a plant.
Really? Don't know much about plants.
All right, well,
So you've
come
never
on.
heard of Salvia?
No.
James, you stupid piece of shit. Come on, at least make it challenging. Jesus. You have a degree in fucking plant science, James.
Aha. So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Well, still got a lot to learn.
So
Yeah.
you're still saying you've never heard of salvia?
Not a single time.
Say that.
You did,
So
though.
you have.
Maybe.
And you do grow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal. Why not?
All right,
do you
James,
do
you
with it?
fucking sack of shit.
I use it for explorative purposes, meditation.
And does this involve anybody else?
Why?
Do you sell it or give it to anybody else?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later.
The only drug he grows. Not sure I believe that, James.
Yeah.
Then again, would someone growing illegal drugs bother growing a legal one?
You say you grow it for private use only. But you trade your herbal tea.
Aha.
Yeah.
When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you
Probably.
traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew.
So?
So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to anybody else? How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia?
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it. But that's not what killed
What
him.
Well, he
killed him?
committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't
Issues.
helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay, so what happened then?
Oh.
Do you even know about Third Eye?
No, I don't.
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. If you don't know about Third Eye, you know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult. We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall.
But isn't that where
I got rid of them
Atlas
single-handed.
operated?
I'm the one who got
first?
rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
They didn't.
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything, do you? Look,
Oh shit, it's getting real.
they were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know, we can make your life better sort of crap. Then they were putting everyone through this brainwashing program to make them compliant, and selling them on. It's all there.
What do you mean, selling them on?
Selling them. Like objects, commodities.
To who?
To anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What for?
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the black market
I
these
have no
days?
idea.
No.
Millions. And I'm talking per slave. That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was just killed off. They didn't give a damn.
So you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I started looking into it.
Why aren't you dead?
They were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
I found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
Just obvious, you could tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. You know, I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious.
Yeah, it's just obvious.
US military used all these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented. You can read about it.
Right, because he's a little
They
bit
showed all the
crazy.
same signs.
So, did you ever actually go to a meeting?
No, but I knew what went on
How?
from what people said who'd been through it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true? They just closed down and disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Yeah,
And do you think that had anything to do with it?
maybe, but it was the flyers that forced them to close.
Right.
Okay. Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out. Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was a lot to take in. Does James really believe all this stuff? This is the first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there is one?
Yeah, if there is one, come on. You know where we're going. We're going directly back to Atlas. We need to talk to Rick, whatever, Ryan, whatever his name is.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me about this?
What do you know about this?
Yeah, this.
Not much.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about Third Eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols?
Not a single one.
Sorry.
But one of them is on the mask that you definitely recognize. You don't recognize any of the symbols, but that mask... Whoa, girl!
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, yes, I do remember that.
Oh, Ryan!
So what did you know about Third Eye?
Not
Objection!
much, really. Never came into contact with them.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
You never came into contact with the Third Eye. But you used to work out. You used to work at the village hall. It's same place. Same fucking place.
According to the flyer, this
Objection!
Third Eye group was based at the village hall. Is that right?
Is that right?
Was it?
That's where you were based, wasn't it?
That's so weird,
yeah,
Ryan.
You said you invented the Atlas phrase "free to be
That's
free"
so
while
strange,
you were based
Ryan.
at the village hall.
Weird.
So I did.
So you did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
That's so strange.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you,
Oh,
Inspector.
is that right?
Go on.
You see, Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is Third Eye.
In a new improved form, yes.
So you killed Liam.
And you ran Third Eye.
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
Well, not
You've
by
been
me.
investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it.
Well,
when
is
I say
that
drop
true?
The case, I mean, a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers.
Right.
And that was it. No choice. There was an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. I thought that was an end to it.
Uh-huh.
But then James and his cronies, they wouldn't leave it alone.
Right. So
So
you...
we had to close down. Buy a new place.
Uh-huh.
Rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
Oh.
As Atlas.
As Atlas.
And it worked.
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
Right, he did say that.
James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas.
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
Which he doesn't.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
You need to get a better ringtone for your phone.
Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later. That was Dad. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
I would like
Come and
that.
have a chat.
Come with me.
Oh, 8 p.m. No cheats used, achievement unlocked. We're back to the house now.
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination. He does, however, believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan, in here. Just coming. He's through here.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector.
Not
you
quite.
do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big man.
What the fuck does that mean?
Now,
Father.
you must forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, but I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the center. I have one or two things to prepare.
This guy.
Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No,
need...
that's as is.
Okay.
But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you.
That's a bad decision.
Far away.
Crack intellect up here. Let's get to it then. Let's start at the
Paul certainly
beginning.
doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family.
Yeah,
and
let's
I
just...
wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye. 8 o'clock already.
Yeah, let's just start at the beginning.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew her at all. Met her a few times. At the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday.
At the course.
I just popped out of the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
She was drunk, yeah. Talk about this.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
I
You
don't
didn't
know.
see it lying around anywhere?
No.
Weird, but okay, fine. Let's talk about the bicycle.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Straight to the point. I like it. Let's just keep moving. What about his homebrew?
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
So, uh-huh. Why do I feel like that's not entirely true?
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Yeah.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or her killer.
Smart.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
No.
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Wow. Thanks. Super useful so far.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away.
Uh-huh.
Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
Uh-huh.
So do they get
I
them
think
when
it's
they
actually a
join the course or
metaphor,
something?
but...
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
For Emma.
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one
Emma?
of the students.
Which student?
I've no idea.
Interesting. I bet it was for Emma. He wouldn't touch anything that had Simon's fingers in it, but I have a feeling that he's been talking to Emma.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
Yeah.
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
I don't know.
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No.
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
Not at all. Strange question.
I don't know, just curious. No interest in scrying, never used one, knows the mirror, is used for scrying, doesn't use one on the course. Sure. You know, whatever you say, buddy, whatever makes you feel better.
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
Yeah.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch
What
mask.
is a monarch mask?
What's a monarch mask?
Yeah.
Monarch is fancy dress outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
Does he? Ryan uses the shop. Monarch costumes. Got it. What about the poster?
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency.
And when was that?
Last year.
Is that when you started the business?
Yes, I suppose so.
Started meaning rebranding because you killed someone.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
Did you hear
I didn't go to the
anything?
pub last Friday.
You didn't
You
go
didn't
to the...
hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
I don't know, maybe.
That's fine.
But you didn't go to the pub last Friday. Got you. Liam.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards?
You were there.
You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk?
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression. Is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
So they just drink.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea.
Whose idea was it?
Started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really.
Is it?
Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
Yeah, it's a crime.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
It's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms.
That's not an anachronism.
The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Right, you think
Well,
that
I
murder
suppose
should
that's a
probably
matter
be
of
legal,
opinion.
huh?
However, you still respect it.
Respect it. I abide by it.
Uh-huh.
We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Right. Reluctantly abides by the law.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
Couple of them, actually.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
Oh, they're
On the
different.
course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes,
He has a
their
spooky
beliefs,
tooth.
all that kind of nonsense.
Guilt cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all.
Right.
In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted.
Because you murdered people.
Would you mind closing the door?
Because it's full of ghosts.
So, you believe that guilt has no place in business?
Should I
Not
check
at
the
all.
scrying mirror?
I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
He doesn't like us very much. Course to free students from their past. Students encouraged to free themselves. No place for guilt in business. Okay.
Know what this is, by any chance?
That.
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
I have.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior.
You don't like her.
Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub.
You really don't like her.
What was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material.
Wait, is that...
She
what
likes
the...
to be in control, like Wire. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
You're weird, and also that's gross. Rebecca would know about the leaves, doesn't recognize gardening's not his thing. Got it.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
Yeah.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker.
Are you a drug peddler?
I have no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol on our course. We like to tell students that success is the best drug.
Yeah, but like...
Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
Yeah, your son doesn't, because he was drinking while I was questioning him. Doesn't allow drugs or alcohol on site. Again, it's so weird that one of your students was drunk, but you guys all just didn't say anything about it.
What do you know about this?
I need to save. You're right.
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
Yeah, a
He
little
explained,
bit.
yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
You murdered
Unless you count the
someone.
suicide.
Well, these things happen.
Weird.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Third eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was.
But also the suicide.
As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And third eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
Besides
There was
the
nothing
logo.
we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
Hey, that's funny. That's a funny one. Liam's death was unavoidable, but you knew he had personal problems, but you just didn't decide to help him on that at all, huh?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'll probably be back later.
I get the feeling I might be seeing a lot of Paul tonight.
I think that's correct. We have a third eye flyer that we could use and a packet of dried leaves that we could use. Press the bell.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Uh-huh.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person.
I see.
And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Oh, cannabis.
Well, don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote
So
you.
you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
None at all.
James casts spells in the woods. He's a fanaticist. All right, Emma, you're up.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
I found a couple of things, mainly just this one
Have you
thing.
seen this?
Yeah. It was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
That's not very nice.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy.
You had mentioned
He thinks
that.
that the government has been controlled by aliens, that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Okay, that is, you know, a little bit crazy. Let's see. Says the mirror doesn't work. Demonstrated how to use it. You think he's creepy. Doesn't believe anything he says. Let's go
Be
talk
back
to
later
Simon.
on, if that's okay.
Tell me all about it.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
Oh. Is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? A third eye, I think they were called?
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about Third Eye?
No, sorry.
Knows James made the flyer. Doesn't know anything about Third Eye. We should call the inspector. Call the chief. Chief, what do you think? Chief, it's me. Jenkins.
Go on, Jenks. Surprise me.
Chief, lots of new information for
Lots of new information.
Right on. Let me sit down. Go on.
You know that cult I was telling you about? Well, it turns out it was Atlas all along. They were
Same
the same
thing, yeah.
You don't say.
And the student...
Uh-huh.
How did you know that?
It was pretty obvious, Jenks.
You knew that already.
Well,
Okay.
the student who died last year, Liam, was a student there. They had to change their name after he died and were forced into an out-of-court settlement with the family.
Dodgy bunch.
Also, I met Paul Rand, finally. He's worse than Ryan, doesn't give a straight answer to anything.
What did he say about Liam?
Not much, other than that he was drinking throughout the course.
So we've got 2 heavy drinkers and 2 suicides in 2 years. They must be proud. Push him some more. See what you can get out of him.
Right.
Bye.
Thanks, Chief.
We need to go talk to Paul. We'll go talk to him again.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind. Okay, we need to push Paul. What do we push him on? There's a lot of information here. Didn't see Liam after the course. Liam had been drinking all night at the seminar. But if he had been drinking at the seminar, you said that you didn't allow drugs on site.
Aha. So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings.
So you were lying.
Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
I see.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
It just seems like he is Professor Snape. I'm just waiting for him to say, you know, like, where were you going, Potter? Don't lie to me.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
I need to go to Atlas, I guess. Have a look around. Go
So
down the
kitchen
corridor.
Must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Go over to the TV. What's on the TV? Okay, hold on. Return to the door because there was a little investigate symbol. Let's check this out. Oh! Straws. Spoons. Forks. Oh!
Interesting. Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
Why would you just leave that in the drawer? Triple X DVD. Oh, shit. Twitch, don't look. This might be banned material. I don't know what's on this. Is this you filming robbing a dead body? Because that's not good to leave around. You should have really thought about that. There's 2 wallets. The fuck was that?
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Yeah, why make a video? Let's try a DVD from the pile. This should be interesting.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness
Right.
by governments and religions through the ages,
Right.
with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society.
Right.
I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power.
Right.
An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success.
Right. Making you feel guilty for
But
murdering
the
other
good news
people.
is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it,
This doesn't feel like a cult
Enjoy
at
it.
all.
and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Life skills training. Is that it? There any more DVDs I can try? That was exciting. I feel like I learned a lot. Why don't we go have a chat with our friend over here, Ryan? Ryan, you here, buddy? Oh no. He's gone? Uh-oh. Sorry.
Your soul.
Sorry I interrupted your creepy murder cult ritual.
Then wait for the moment to break free.
Why do you have a voodoo doll?
Excellent, Hannah.
Dude, this is weird.
Could you come back later, please?
What's going on here?
Feels like a cult meeting.
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Tick, tick, tick.
Okay.
Oh, you sure crumbled. He's the inspector and he allowed him to just tell him to leave? Don't you think you want
to... What's that about? Looked like they were burning woolen dolls. A woolen doll burning ceremony. What a very odd course this is.
Yeah, don't you think you might want to ask him about that? That seems a little strange, right? Like, why would you be burning wooden dolls? Uh-oh, it's a different scene when you're leaving. What is that? What was that? Remote control lock. A remote control for some sort of lock that was found outside the Atlas Training Center. So we need to go talk to our friends over at the lodge.
Ask about a few
me
more things,
again.
please.
What do you know about this Triple X DVD,
Have you
Emma?
seen this before?
No,
Oh,
don't think so.
that's it. Okay, that's fair.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think it was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
No, they didn't do that when you were there.
No.
Okay, seems fairly straightforward. It isn't okay. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
not going to
Probably
mention
be
that.
back later.
Well, we need to go talk to your boyfriend.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Oh, you've seen it. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. DVD that says Triple X. You know what's on there.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing?
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
Uh-huh.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind.
Right.
Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself?
Yeah, how do you do that?
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized.
Uh-huh.
But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say it was called? Auto-hypnosis?
I don't think you said that.
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing, really.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
Doll burning helps with the trance. Auto-hypnosis is induced by using mirrors. Don't we have... But nothing about the mirror. Auto-hypnosis. So we have an extra thing that we can... Can we
that's all
talk
for the
to
moment. Thank you.
her about the auto-hypnosis? Oh, we sure can.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
Is that true?
And what did she tell you about it?
Yeah, what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it
That
helped
feels
her.
like a lie.
I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Feels like a straight up lie. Has never tried it. Kate used as a self-meditation.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave town. I still need to talk with Ryan and Rebecca and Paul and James about a couple of these things. Bing bong.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
What about the DVD?
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
Why would you assume that Ryan knows? Why would you assume that Ryan knows about this random DVD that I showed you? Why would you assume that? That's really weird that you would say that. Why would you say that? I don't know.
What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them?
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
What is dyspraxic? Dyspraxic, developmental coordination disorder. A childhood developmental disorder marked by clumsiness in otherwise healthy kids. Interesting. She knows that doll burning used on the course. She made them for Ryan. He's practically dyspraxic. Okay.
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
Mm-hmm. She seems stone fucking cold. Let's talk to Paul about some of this shit that we found.
Please? Seen this before?
The writing looks familiar, but no.
That's it. The writing looks familiar. That's weird.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
Is he not? Doll burning was Ryan's idea. Got it. Uh-huh.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Yeah, you're weird. Hello, James. It's me again. The inspector with their great shoes.
Seen this before?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No, what is it?
It's a DVD.
Do you recognize it?
No. Should I?
Because you made it. Or not. I was grabbing at straws there.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
So you know about doll
Doesn't
burning.
mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
You are still the most useless human being in this fucking village.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying.
What?
Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
No, those are not
Right.
the same.
So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You could scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
While you're murdering
watching
someone?
the water. What happens? You go into a trance.
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning.
What does that mean?
You get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, you come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. It's like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What the
makes you say
fuck?
that? She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
You're super creepy and weird. That's what I know. Auto-hypnosis is another name for scrying. Scrying is possible without a mirror. Sold a scrying mirror to Kate Vine last year. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Is this that guy, Kyle? Why didn't he just take the bag?
The DVD. That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
Don't touch it. What? Come on, you have to be better than this. Bag used in a mugging. Monarch costumes. Ryan would know all about that, supposedly. We got our DVD stolen. What the fuck? Okay, I can't go back into the reading room. And Ryan's nowhere to be found. What about Paul? We can't ask him about the DVD because it's gone.
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner.
Who's that?
Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but it didn't work out.
Why didn't that work out? Doesn't know where the Atlas cleaner visits at strange times. Tell me about this bag.
Have you seen this before anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, costume shop just outside the village.
Is that where Simon works?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
You know, a lot of you are pinning a lot of shit on Ryan. I need you to be fucking honest with me. Don't lie to me. Do not lie to me.
You seen this? You know the shop?
You work there?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
Oh, yeah?
For a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
What does that mean? Bag is from the local costume hire shop. Hired a costume from them last year.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
That's it. You know where the shop is. Thank you for being so fucking useful.
Thank you.
I gotta go talk to James. Let's talk about it.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
You are fucking useless. I hate you so much. I hate you, James. I hate you. I hate you.
Probably be back later.
I honestly hate you. You're just the worst. Everyone says Ryan is really the person to be... The fob looks like it opens some sort of lockup. You could also call the chief for an update. We haven't talked to Ryan. Yeah, we haven't used the remote control for a car. And we know where a car is parked. There is specifically a car right here. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. It was the garage. I thought it was the car, but still, I just want to live in the moment, okay? Just let me have this.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
That's it. That's the only thing you wanted to check out in the whole garage. Ryan's guitar collection. Seriously? That's it. Okay, let's go talk to Paul about Ryan's guitar collection. Why not?
More things, please. Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
You really don't like
so
Ryan.
So he's never tried to go professional.
Why did he have so many guitars?
Try. It was never going to happen.
But he's... Oh, Jesus. Who was it? It was his wife.
That's all for the moment.
It was his wife that said he was just super clumsy.
More things, please.
I need to ask you about this guitar collection.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Does he?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. It's sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
So you're in control in this relationship. I don't know why they would know anything about... Well, actually, Emma might know something about Ryan. Hey, Emma.
A couple more questions, if that's okay?
Just talking to you about Ryan. You know,
what
since
do
you seem
you
to know
know
so much
about
about
Ryan's
him.
guitar collection?
I know he plays because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer.
Was it Blackrock?
Singer as well?
Blackstone?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
Oh, shit.
What was that called?
Blackstone.
It was called Blackstone.
Ooh.
And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
Interesting. You used to sing in a pub band called Blackstone. But you didn't know Liam very well, who used to play in the group. That's it. You're fucked.
That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through
Does
the
she
band.
forever have her head tilted?
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all. Interesting. Oh, Emma, she lies a lot.
Thank you.
She
Probably
lies
back
a
later.
fucking lot.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Once brought a guitar. Cool.
Thank you.
I need to
Probably
call
be
the
back later.
inspector. I think that's everyone because I still can't talk to Ryan. Let's check in with our inspector. The chief.
Yes, Jenks.
Sir, I've been assaulted. Mugged.
What did they take? The hat?
No. A DVD I found, sir.
Was it a dodgy one?
Well, I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did they do that for?
I have no idea. It's quite disorienting, actually.
Did you keep the bag?
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief. I'll call later.
Can't wait.
Who have I not talked to about the bag? I think it's just Ryan. Smask is from Monarch Costumes. Ryan uses the shop. Doesn't know where the bag is from. But you know what the mask is from. Oh my god.
Do you visit Monarch Costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
Maybe you're a liar.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
It's possible.
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So
Potter.
why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know somebody who did.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you as a cleaner?
No.
Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it,
He didn't see me take it.
he simply thought that he was doing us a favor by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
Oh,
So what's
boy.
on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled.
You stole
to
from the
amuse
students?
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done.
Right.
Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that
No!
Liam died, as it happens.
That's...
Before you ask. No. didn't steal from him.
But isn't... Right, you didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
Yeah,
I wasn't
Paul.
encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you're going to have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
I do. Fuck you, Paul. Why don't you guys just tell me the truth? Ever. Ever.
He was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
It's a bit too suspicious. Yeah, we have to talk to everyone about that. Okay, I gotta stop. You don't understand. I have to stop. Right? This is just gonna be all that I do. It is such a good fucking game. I don't think that I was prepared for that game to be as good as it is. Shit.